sun is right there right now. How ridiculous. Welcome to Whiskey Mountains. I'm Adriana and today we're camping out on Antelope Island. So we're right next to the Great Salt Lake and there's my tent. So it's a pretty cool spot. It's basically a drive-up spot, but it's still pretty cool. So everything's probably going to be a little bit crooked because we're on a rock. I'm doing my best. I'm using my portable gas stove as my as my flat surface for the drinks. So as you can see, I have a blind flight here. It's just numbers 1 through 6. So because basically on live chats and stuff, I have mentioned how much I really don't like rye whiskey. So Shane Long was very kind to actually send me some samples of different rye whiskeys, and these are some of the, I think, like really popular, beloved ryes. And I'm in a gorgeous spot, so I kind of figure if I don't like them here, then I'm not going to like them anywhere. But I know what is in them. I don't know which is which, though. I will be drinking them 1 through 6. And I have written down, though, just a little bit of details as far as each of them. So what we have in this flight is Midwinter Night's Dram, Willet Rye, Alberta Premium Cast Strength, Knob Creek Single Barrel Rye, Knob Creek Cast Strength Rye, and Angel's Envy Finished Rye. So this is like a real mix. There's some finished ryes, there's some high rye ryes, and then I think that the Knob Creek ryes are more like barely legal ryes. I'm gonna go ahead, and I do have a box of Glencairns, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these into the glasses. Okay, so we're all set up. I am fairly close to another campsite. Sorry if you hear some background annoying people. Okay, but I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I don't like the smell of number 1. It's very herbal. It's not mint, I will say that. It's not mint, which is the main thing I don't like. What do I get off of this? It's weird. It's not just herbal, and it's not just rye spice. All right, let's sip it. Oh, I don't like the finish. Ooh, that's where like all the spice lingers. Like, it doesn't taste like cinnamon, but you know when you put cinnamon, like if you put like a little bit of just cinnamon powder in your mouth and how it like kind of just sits on your tongue and even the roof, that's what happens here in the finish of this one. And I don't like that. I mean, actually, the finish is probably the better part of it. Oh, and then there's like a really weird sweetness in the middle. Whatever this one is, it's a very high rye. That would be my guess. It is not like the barely legal ryes that I've had. Don't like. Not my fave. But maybe will be my fave by the end. Who knows? What is it? Immersion therapy? That's what this is. This is immersion therapy of ryes. Okay, now I'm on number 2. Oh, damn. That does get confusing. Okay, B. I'm on B. Ooh. Oh my god, the smell of this is amazing. This is like IHOP syrup. Like warmed up syrup. And pancakes. Oh god, whatever this is making me want pancakes and syrup. So I've never, like anybody who's not used to smelling whiskey, or, you know, a college kid, if you made them smell this, they would say, what is this? Why is this like liquefied syrup? You don't even, oh my god, you don't even get much ethanol on the note. What the heck is B? Okay. And there it is in the end. That is a weird one. Oh my god, what is that? What is B? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's reminding me of something. Like a churro. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a churro. Or like a churro covered in syrup. Like a, I don't know, but it's that kind of like a deep fried cinnamon kind of thing on the palate. Not a lot of spice, but like just enough sweetness, but in a very different kind of way than any sort of bourbon that I might describe as like cinnamon roll. Like this is nuts. On the second sip, it was a little spicier. It's a weird flavor profile. Oh my god, but it's, I would say I like B. On to C. Don't like. So I've been hiking all day and nothing like the dry air to make my nose go nuts. It's definitely more of a rye profile. This is probably a higher rye. I have no idea what the freak B was. As far as rye level, it's not like any kind of rye I've ever had. Is that what Angel's Envy does to it? Like finishing it in a rum cask? C's more rye profile, but also sweetened out nicely. So, C. It's definitely more rye. A little bit of herbal, but not too much where I'm immediately appalled. I need to do this faster. I don't want these to get too cold or too aired out. I want to be as accurate of a representation as possible. Oh, this reminds me of something, and not really something I like a candy, but a candy that I never liked. So not one that I ever went back to. Which means it's harder for me to place it. Ew, I don't like C. Nope. Nope. Dried fruit. I don't like dried fruits. So, but I think that's what it's reminding me of. So it's just like, oh, sweet. It's like that. Okay, D. At first I thought I was okay with the smell, but once I put it smells like medicine, like cherry medicine. It's not that crazy rye profile that I don't. Did I drink water? Okay, let's try this again. Okay, there. Now I got clove. Clove and tea. No mint. Maybe a little bit of licorice almost. I am looking at a flavor wheel right now. I don't know that it's licorice that I'm getting, but I do feel like clove and like a herbal tea. But the herbal tea isn't crazy strong. Neither is the clove, honestly. But it's definitely not like pepper. Yeah. I mean, that one's okay. It's just kind of just spice. I didn't get a lot of different things there. I got some pepper. And maybe a little bit of rye spice. Very short finish, like next to no finish. No finish. It just kind of felt like a shot of pepper, but then it was over. I don't want to take another sip until I'm doing my back and forth to decide. Ah! Oh my god. What is E? What just happened? Okay. Let's try E again. I got nothing for you, but it's a lot. I don't even know that I dislike it though. I can get around this nose. If I had to guess, originally when I poured them, I thought this was a little bit darker, and I thought this was a finish, but now, if I had to guess, I'd say this was a Knob Creek rye. That one has the most like sharp spice. I don't know if it has the most sharp spice, but it has a lot of sharp spice at the end. At the beginning, there's actually like a sweetness. concept was way better. Their 5 was like caramel on the front, and I didn't get all that pepper. What do I get on the nose? Yeah, this is the nose that I like. It's much more bourbon-y of a nose. It's much more caramel. Maybe like butterscotch or toffee kind of thing. It actually like smells kind of good. E. F. Now F. The 6th one, the last one. And then I gotta try and figure out an order for these. That I got all floral. Floral and herbal. I just get like soap. I will say I'm not getting a crazy mintiness on any of these. So, and I think I told Shane that that's what I really didn't like about ryes in general. So I feel like he chose really well because none of them are giving me that initial like, oh god, that horrible mint or dill. I hate both of those. Oh, I smelled it and I didn't sip it. That one was a journey. At the beginning, again, it was like more bourbon-y, more caramel. And then as it went backwards, it turned totally into rye spice in the end. It became like herbal spice, rye spice. I don't like the end. I'm okay with it at the beginning, but I don't like it at the end. Okay. French toast. It smells like French toast. The B smells like French toast because you do the cinnamon in the... Ah, thank you. Oh, I don't like C. I don't like C. It's just bizarre on the nose. Got a really pretty spot, and I've got my tent all set up. So here's the trail talk for this video, the tent tour. Here we go. We got my book bags, 2, one for the hiking and whiskey, and then the other for all my actual stuff. Got a nice little comfy light. Let me take off my shoes before I get in so I don't get dirt. As you can see, I have a nice comfy setup. So plus will keep me off the ground so I'm not too cold. And a little pillow. I've got my flask, my Kindle, another water bottle. There's like netting up here. So there's a headlamp up here, but I also have this lantern. And as you can see, once it gets dark out, oh, it's gonna be so pretty, and you can just stare straight up at the stars. So I'm at Antelope Island. So this is basically a drive-up campsite. You don't have to walk far from your car to get to it. So it just took me 2 trips to carry everything from the car over. And I mean, like sunrise with that, I'm excited. It's gonna be really pretty. So Shane Long's the one who donated these samples to me. If I don't like rye with this setup, which is like my heaven, this is my peace, this is my heaven, I freaking love it, then I'm probably not ever gonna like rye. But if this can't get me into it, we're screwed. I think I'm most likely just gonna chill and enjoy it. So I hope y'all are too. I hope y'all are gonna enjoy some whiskey with this video. So back to the whiskey. So the reveal, I kind of wish I had like it written out on a different device or something so that y'all could have seen right when I discovered what was what. But Some of it's not surprising, some of it is very surprising to me. In last place was Willet Rye, which I was a little surprised about. But I do have written down, yeah, actually I thought I would like that one more because it's a 74%, sorry, it's a blend of a 74% high rye and a 51% low rye. So I thought maybe that one might be, you know, less rye enough that I would like it more, but not so much. So 5th place was Alberta Premium Cast Strength Rye. And I think that's like 100% rye or something. Yeah, 100% rye. What's funny is that's 132 proof. It really does not drink that high. 4th place was High West what is it called? Midwinter Nights Dram, I think. So that was the one that I was like, I don't like it, but I don't dislike it. I said cinnamon pepper spice that lingers. I don't hate it. It doesn't make me like all, ugh, but I definitely don't love it. It wasn't awful. I'm sorry, Shane. 3rd place, and I feel like these are the ones where we're getting more into stuff that I would actually pour, you know, that I would actually want to pour. 3rd place is Knob Creek Store Pick 115 proof. That's pretty. That is so pretty right now. Hold on. Okay, we had to pause because it was gorgeous. 2nd place was another Knob Creek Cast Strength 127 proof. So 2nd place was the one that I felt like was the most bourbony, and that you know, on the nose you just really got a lot of caramel butterscotch, and like the first few sips that I had were all like a spice explosion is what I had said. And I think it was basically probably that 127 proof just hitting me. But initially, on my first sips, I wasn't a fan. And then on my final sips, I was getting more of that caramel, and I was actually legitimately enjoying it. So, big surprise. I like Knob Creek Cast Strength 127 proof. And for those who don't know, I'm kind of a Knob Creek fan. I love Knob Creek. I don't mean to be a Knob Creek fan, but I just really like Knob Creeks, and Blind Flights, even in Ryes, reveal that. So, you like what you like. So, and then, but 1st place was not a Knob Creek. 1st place was, this was the one that was all French toast. And then what it tastes like is the syrup that has like come off the French toast and gotten all that cinnamon inside of it. So, and that was Angel's Envy Finished Rye. So, oh, I guess the first 2 I tried were both the finished. This was really kind of cool. And basically I found, honestly, 3 ryes that I would 100% pour again, like for myself. The 4th place was the one that I was like, if somebody else poured it, I'd go for it. And that was High West Midwest. Why do I not like High West? It makes no sense. I just go around Utah hiking, and I don't like Utah's whiskey. But everybody else does. So this is 100% honest, but I will say I so appreciate this flight, Shane. And I'm definitely going to save some of the, you know, well, I mean, I poured very small pours so that Nick could try it too. And I might go back and try it again inside just to see if I get, you know, a little bit different of results. Obviously, I know what the answers are now, but who knows? I don't know if ryes are crazy different outside versus inside, but I really appreciate this flight. This was very cool. So, and now I know I still like Knob Creek, but we actually do have Angel's Envy, like, fairly regularly on the shelves here. So I might legit go out and buy it. Anyways, speaking of the French toast one, I'm gonna grab that one. So thanks for joining me today on Whiskey Mountains. Salud. I don't know. And a child is dying somewhere in the background. Can you tell? I doubt it. I felt like Captain Jack Sparrow, like, why is all the rum gone?